Today we're going to look at using the area model to visualize and show multiplication of a mixed number times a mixed number. We've done this with fractions, where we did a fraction times a fraction. So now we're going to look at mixed numbers. When using mixed numbers in an area model, it's very important to make sure we pay attention to the denominators. In 1 1/3, we see the denominator of 3. So to represent and model the 1 in the mixed number 1 1/3, we know that we have to have 3 sections or 3 parts. So we're going to start with 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be our 1 whole, and then we have 1/3. So this is our 3/3, which is equal to our 1, and then we have our 1/3 here. So that's our first factor. Our second factor is 2 1/2. We notice our denominator is 2. So for each of our wholes, we have to partition 2. So we have 2 1/2. So for our first whole, we have 1, 2. So there's our first whole. And for our second whole, 1, 2. That's our second whole. And then we have a half. So we have 2 over 2 for 1 whole. 2, 1 whole. And then we have our 1/2. So now we're going to finish the outline of our area model. Now, when dealing with mixed numbers on your area model, you've got to be able to identify the 1 whole. How many parts do we have in our 1 whole in this area model? So here we see we have 1 times 1. This area here represents the 1 whole for this multiplication problem, for this area model as well. So this is our whole. So in our whole, for this particular model, we need to find out how many squares make up our 1 whole. And we can see that there are 6. So since 6 squares make our 1 whole, each of our squares is 1/6. So right here we can count how many 1/6 we have to find the product of 1 1/3 times 2 1/2. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 26. We know that 26 is the same as 3 and 2/6. So that's one way to find the product using the area model, is by counting. Now, next I'll show you how you can find the product by using partial products, just as we do in whole numbers. And to find the partial products, we look and we see here we have 1 times 1. And we know that is equal to 1 whole. Now we go here and we have 1 in this part of our model. We have another 1 times 1, which is equal to 1 whole. In this part of our model, we have 1 times 1/2, which is equal to 1/2. In this part of our model, we have 1/3 times 1, and that is equal to 1/3. And again, here we have 1/3 times 1 equals 1/3. Works just like our model with our whole number. You find the product of each part of your area model. And here we have 1/3 times 1/2, and that is equal to 1/6. So just as we do in whole numbers, you're going to find the total of all your partial products. And when we look across the top here, we see that we have 2 wholes. We have the fraction 1/2. When we look across on the bottom part of the array, we can see we have 2/3. We have 2/3 plus the 1/6. So here we can add these partial products together to get the total. We can rewrite this. We all know in 5th grade that 2 and 3/6, and 3/6 is the same as 1/2, and that 4/6 is the same as 2/3. We're going to rename these all to be 6. And when we add, we get 2 and 8/6, which we can rewrite as 3, as 3 and 2/6.